the home of the common Joe and the common Sally in the know, even more so than all those media talking heads.
Dun, 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 dun. Na, 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 na. Rocky Flop, you'll always be whiny bitches to me. Good old Rocky Flop, whoo! Rocky Flop, Tennessee. Always blaming referees. Oh, Josh Huepel in Tennessee. Even Josh Huepel getting in on the act with some alluding comments or an alluding silence when referring to the referees of the Alabama-Tennessee game. Well, ain't karma a bitch, Josh? You remember last year? I do. Let's talk about it.
You tell them I'm coming, and hell's coming with me, you hear? Hell's coming with me!
My. Well. It don't sort of hurt to have the shoe on the other foot this year, huh, Tennessee fans? Yeah, I remember last year, Alabama-Tennessee game was a pretty horrifically officiated game, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, I had other fans coming to me telling me that shit. I don't usually blame the referees. But it's sort of some karma there for you, little Joshy boy, is it not? And we'll also probably touch a little bit on the con-time groupies and the USC skill shooters who are two effed up peas in a pod. I'll probably touch on that a little bit because that's my obligatory shot that I like to give out to the skill shooters each and every podcast. But before we get to all that, here they come riding on in once again. It's the Outlaw Posse. Now, in effect. And today's four horsemen shout-outs go to Alice Stokes, Daryl Madden, Richard Burton, and Rick Birdwell, now that's saddled up and ready to go and help me with his college football invasion. And we also have one new posse member, T. Boomer, has just been deputized. He's got his badge, and now he will get a random four horseman shout out as well as possibly be the comment of the day. And also, I can be reached on Twitter at OCF Productions. And if you want to get your badge and get deputized like these guys just did and get your random four horseman shout out, it's now $2.99 a month, 75 cents a week. It's a little join button next to the subscribe button. All you do is hit that join button. If you're on the YouTube, if you're on a Apple phone, you may have to go to your laptop or computer because it doesn't mesh with YouTube memberships. Now, getting right to it here. I can't believe the audacity and the Bacooth of the Tennessee fans and Josh Huepel, of all people, to think they can just blame the referees. I mean, let's take a little bit of looky here. I'm gonna bring something up for y'all real quick, and this may get me this video demonetized, but oh well. I got enough support from you guys that I don't have to worry about that anymore. Now do it. Let's check it out.
It seemed like it was in the second half. Your defenders were having to play two-hand touch, and they were like trying to hold the combat out there a little bit. I mean, did you feel like it was a bit one-sided?
Next question. Yeah. Is that long enough silence?
You know, like I said earlier, it's normally a fine to, for a head coach to criticize the officials. And people will say, well, he was silent. Yeah, but at the end of his silence, he couldn't help himself. He had to make a little negative dig, a little negative connotation at the end to sort of take a dig at the referees of the Alabama-Tennessee game. And what galls me about this is because last year was so horrific. You had the phantom pass interference call where Alabama got intercepted the ball that would have all but ended that game. And the referee actually got admonished in that game. After the game, they got admonished. The whole crew did. I don't think the crew's going to get admonished for this one, especially since there were some very questionable calls in that game that Alabama didn't get in this past game. But it was like a good 8 to 10 seconds after the ball was intercepted that he threw the flag, which is a big no-no. I think the rule is you have to throw a penalty flag if you're going to call it a penalty. In the referee handbook of the NCAA bylaws, it takes no longer than 8 to 10 seconds or something like that. Y'all can help me out with that if y'all know the actual rule, but I think it's between 8 and 10 seconds. And he was past that when he threw the flag. So let's not be in here whining about the referees, Tennessee fans. I mean, because that's exactly why y'all catch so much hell nationally. Y'all are a very unsportsmanlike fan base to begin with. If y'all don't get your way, you throw golf balls and mustard balls. Just ask Lane Kiffin. Lane Kiffin, by the way, sort of backed Josh Huepel a little bit on his little negative silence and then the yeah at the end. Probably because Lane Kiffin also lost to Alabama and had a halftime lead as well. It sure is funny. I mean, if the referees were going to try to fix a game or something, you think they would let Alabama slip behind 20-7? It's another thing. Another thing in that game was a pretty horrific play that even Gary Danielson, who's normally berating Alabama, said that this guy should have definitely been called for a 15-yard unsportsmanlike penalty. Guy's down. Alabama running back's down the ground. Here comes Tennessee guy coming across there, takes his forearm and his fist and shimmies him right across the top of the head there, or right in the middle of the head, actually. It's right around the ear hole. Referee's right there. He didn't call it. And then, they try to defend him a little bit, but he was trying to punch the ball out. That don't matter. If your aim is so bad that you can't hit that football with your fist and instead hit someone in the head, a big old red helmet that's not even the color of the football, it should be a 15-yard penalty, right? So the referees were in Alabama's pocket. Then why wasn't that obvious penalty call, Tennessee fans? It just goes back to show you that y'all just can't take defeat. Y'all never been able to take defeat. And that's why we've now beaten y'all 16 out of the last 17 years. What's your excuse for that? Y'all have an excuse for that? You think that the referee's been paid off 16 times out of 17 years? No, man. And it goes right along with all the other haters out there. The only people that are saying this are people that just hate on blue bloods. Oklahoma's had that feel, and they've had the been the target for the last year or two, because old Linky Boy went out there and pulled the shit he done with all those immoral creatures out there in California. The immorality crowd that tries to make immorality moral. Like the con time groupies for Deion Sanders. They're all about some of that look at me attitude. But when they start getting their ass handed to them, then they want to make excuses or play a race card or something really lame or weak to back up their point. That's the thing about these look at me contingent out there. They want to demand respect, and they want respect, but they want to disrespect and get respect. And that's not the way it works, jackasses. You want respect. First of all, don't disrespect, because you will probably never get respect from people that are actually truthful with you to your face. But you got to earn your respect. And to earn that respect, you definitely don't need to disrespect. It's what y'all been doing. Fan bases like Tennessee and the USC Skittle Shitters and the con time groupies out there at Colorado. I've never seen so many Colorado fans in 1 year come out of the closet in my entire life, but here they are. So in the end, instead of getting pissed off that these regular blue bloods beat you on the regular, and then every once in a while they're going to have a lull. Alabama had a lull in the early 2000s. Oklahoma had a slight lull last year. But, the old saying, history tends to repeat itself, is said for a reason. Because teams like Oklahoma and Alabama, and even Ohio State, amongst others, used to be USC until they started this tirade of immorality. But if y'all want to be respected by the blue blood programs and maybe one day even be considered a blue blood, then you're going to have to show respect and win with respect as well as lose with respect. And y'all haven't gotten neither one of those down pat yet. So therefore, people like me will continue to grill your ass quite profusely. And that's all I got to say about that. If y'all don't mind, there's a little heart down here with a dollar sign in the middle. If you want to make a one-time donation to the program, just hit that heart, throw up your dollars in the coffers. And as I said earlier before, you can also join the Outlaw Posse. It's not $2.99 a month, 75 cents a week. That's just a bottle of water. You'll get your badge, you'll be deputized, you get your random four horsemen shout out like those guys did earlier, as well as possibly be the comment of the day. We don't have a comment of the day today because I didn't really actually have time to pull those up. But I promise you next podcast, I will indeed get to that. But you guys and gals drop in the comment section, tell me what you think. You think Tennessee's a bunch of little whiny asses? You think that maybe that Tennessee did get the shaft? Drop in the comment section. And with that, I'm out of here. KMCA to all the other teams. Class is now officially dismissed.